Hi everyone, Alan from Newlands Nursery. Hope you are well. On today's 5-Minute Friday, we are showing you how we plant our geraniums, or I should say pelargoniums, or commonly known as geraniums in the UK. Cuttings, these are zonal or upright ones. So I'll show you how we plant them, but before we do that, there's something that's quite important to talk about when it comes to doing cuttings of something like this. And it's to do with the amount of moisture we have in the air. So if you look to this side of me, you will see some cuttings we've done previously which have got this cover over. Now, from a commercial point of view, that is the equivalent of keeping the moisture nice and high, the same as you would perhaps put a plastic bag over cuttings that you would do at home that you're doing on the window. So it's just exactly the same principle, it's just on a larger scale. Under there I can see just through here there's some tarragon, for example, so we cover those to keep the moisture in the air nice and high. The difference with geraniums, pelargoniums, is that we don't want a lot of moisture in the air. So that doesn't affect temperature, and I'll talk about that in a second, but it does affect the fact we don't cover them. We don't want a lot of moisture. They're plants that really can rot off. By that I mean you start seeing like a furnace around the stems, sometimes around the leaves, and that can really damage the plant and often will kill the plant, because remember, that can often happen before it's even started rooting. These are at a delicate stage. From a temperature point of view, the standard room temperature you've got at home is absolutely perfect. So we're looking 15, 18 degrees. If it's a little bit warmer, that's absolutely fine, but we don't really want to dip below the 15 degrees, so that will be perfect. So I'll show you how we plant them. It'll be the same as how you do it at home. I'm going into these paper pots. I'll take one out so you can see it. So the paper pots have got some seed and cutting compost in there, and they have, like it sounds, they've got paper around the outside. So you can plant the cuttings into your pot, once it's rooted obviously, and that will degrade away. You don't need to take that off. So what I do is, these cuttings have already been taken. So what I do is, I'll do it at the front here so you can see. Normally do a nice straight line, but I put a hole with a dibber, and you can use a pen or something like that, into the compost, and I place the cutting in, and then I tuck it in. Okay, that bit's quite important, and I'm never entirely sure how that looks on camera. I'm not really compressing it, I'm just placing it in. So let's do it again so you can see. Make a nice hole, bigger than this really, because we don't want to push it down, we don't want to bruise the end of here. So just place it in and then tuck it in. And then we work our way around filling up the tray. You can see literally there's some we've done earlier. So we're going to fill this whole bench. This bench is heated to try and keep our temperature nicely, and the greenhouse is heated as well. And come when the sun starts going down, we put lights on as well to help to promote growth. You don't need to do those things at home, it just helps, and I think it's always interesting to know how we do it. So that's how we do it here, and you can pick up some tips at home. So the main one is, if you're going to take geranium or pelargonium cuttings, don't cover them. You're going to have a lot more success in doing that. Any questions at all? Get in contact. See you soon.